Hello friends and followers. This video will show you how to set up and then use the MyCandles strategy in the cTrader platform. The strategy is used to automatically trade custom zones. Let's run the strategy here and get right to the setup. ATSID allows you to run a strategy on multiple charts of the same instrument in one platform. For example, if I want to run the strategy on a 30-minute time frame, I set ID 1. If I want to run another strategy simultaneously on 4-hour time frame, I select ID 2. Each strategy has its own ID and keeps track of its positions. The second parameter is remove zones on exit. This allows you to choose whether to remove the drawn zone area from the chart or leave it there after the trade is completed. If you leave the default setting at no, the traded zone will remain on the chart after the trade is completed. The zone will end exactly where it was previously tested. Time UTC offset in hours. This is used to synchronize the strategy's internal clock with the platform server time to match your local chart time. This setting is useful for backtesting. For example, if your server time is UTC 0 and your local time on the charts is UTC +2, then you need to set the UTC offset to -2. Start hour and end hour settings. This allows you to set the period of the day from which the strategy will trade. For example, if the strategy is set from 8 to 22, it will only open trades at that time. If set to 0 and 0, the strategy will be active throughout the day. Risk mode, there are 3 options. Currency. Setting the risk in money. The strategy calculates the size of the position it can open to maintain the amount at risk in money according to the settings. Percent. Risk setting in certain percent of the account. The strategy calculates the size of the position it can open to maintain the amount at risk in percent of the account according to the settings. Lots. Allows you to set the size of the lot position. The amount at risk will often be quite different and will depend on the size of the zone. Risk value. Here I need to enter the amount of risk to set the risk mode. For example, if I set the risk in money in the previous point and set the risk value to 50, it will take into account the amount of 50 money units. If your account is in US dollars, it will be 50 US dollars. If your account is in euro currency, it will be 50 euros. Commission per one lot. This is your broker's fee for opening and closing a position. This value is included in the position size calculation. We also have the option to set up email notifications. Send error. If the strategy detects an error while trading and this is set to yes, it will send a notification to your email address. And also, we have here another setting. Send open trade. If set to yes, the strategy will send you an email when it opens a position in a particular instrument. Email address. Enter the address to which you would like to receive notifications. In case you don't want to send any notifications, just leave this field empty and set both options send error and send open trade to no. Strategy name. You can enter your own custom strategy name and the email will be sent with this custom name. When running multiple strategies on different time frames, it is advisable to name the strategy, for example, FTT MyCandles 30-minute time frame. Activate zone settings. All zones will remain inactive on the chart and the limit order will only be entered into the platform when the market approaches the zone within a certain number of pips, as specified here. In my case, the zone is activated when the price comes within 6 pips of the zone. Parameter entry offset. This setting allows you to set the offset for the entry. This means that if you enter 1 pip in this field, the limit order will be placed 1 pip away from the border of the zone. Stop loss offset. The strategy places the stop loss at the outer edge of the zone. For example, if you set the offset to 3 pips, the stop loss will be set 3 pips behind the outer edge of the zone. Take profit level. The take profit is set as a percentage of the zone size. The zone size itself, together with the entered offsets, is considered to be 100% of the distance between the position's entry price and its stop loss. If I set the value here to 100, the take profit will be placed at the same distance as stop loss from entry price. In my case, I want to double the profit for the amount I risked, so I set the take profit at 200%. Cancel trade level setting. If the market activates the zone, but the pending limit order is not filled and the price moves away by a certain value that I set here, then the limit order will be cancelled by the strategy. In my case, I have it set at 200%, which means that if the market reaches the planned take profit without the limit order being filled, the pending order will be cancelled. Break-even level. According to the above settings, I have set the trade to profit with a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 2. If I set the break-even level to 100 and the price goes into profit by 100% of the zone size, the stop loss will automatically move to the position entry price. This secures the position and I no longer risk anything. Break-even offset. This is the offset setting for placing the stop loss. This is used when setting the break-even level. If I set this to 0, the stop loss will move exactly to the entry. If I set it to 1, the stop loss will move 1 pip into the profit. If the market falls back to the entry level, this will also cover my trading fees. Here you can save your settings for future use. That's all from the setup settings. Now let me show you how to use the strategy. When I start the strategy, I see two buttons at the top: resist zone and support zone. Let's draw the zones. First, the support zone. To mark the high of the zone, I need to click on any candle whose high will be used as the high of the zone. Then I have to click again on any candle whose low will be used as the zone's low. For the resist zone, it's the other way round. The first click on any candle determines the low of the zone and the following click determines the high of the zone. I can also click on a single candle twice and its low and high will determine the zone. The zones are now ready to be traded. I will now switch to backtesting mode and demonstrate the strategy in practice. So let's draw a zone of support and a zone of resistance. Now let's wait for the trade. When the market comes within 6 pips of the zone, a limit order is placed. The stop loss is placed 3 pips below the zone. The limit order is filled and the zone ends here. If the market moves in a favorable direction by a distance equal to the risk-reward ratio of 1:1, the stop loss will be moved to break-even. Which is what just happened. At the same time we have a sell limit order filled for the short trade. And again, if the price goes south now by 100% of the zone size, then the stop loss moves to break even. The trade is closed. 2 trades have been executed according to the zones drawn and the strategy has stopped. Thank you for your attention and I wish you many successful trades with the MyCandles strategy.